It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing another discussion reaction type of video that was suggested by one of you guys in the Discord community. So shout out to Linktrap for suggesting this video here. And this one is from Tatariu. I hope that's how you pronounce it. And the video is titled Behavior Completely Broke Legion Dead by Daylight. So I wanted to actually kind of cover this topic because it definitely is important to put a spotlight on things like this within the game, because we already know that the game is basically a dumpster fire right now, and we want to be able to actually, you know, bring some awareness to this type of stuff. You know, at least a few more people like really understand or learn what the heck is happening in the game might be able to help bring some change, or at least bring some people to, you know, be more aware as to what the hell is happening in this game. So let's go ahead and get into it, because I've actually played Legion recently. I wasn't really sure in what ways it was broken. So I did see like a little bit of some issues when playing Ghostface in particular. Like some of the animations were kind of broken, but in a way it was kind of a buff for him indirectly, because it made him a little bit more fluid when like leaning and stalking and stuff like that, because it was just so snappy. But that was not really that gigantic amount of a change, because obviously it's still Ghostface, so he's still just as awful as he's always been. He's not great. So yeah, let's go ahead and actually get into this.
This is not like hyperbole or anything like that. I'm being like dead ass. They added one new animation. They made his fatigue real nice, real smooth. Looks great when standing still. The moment you move, everything breaks. There's also now a bunch of camera clipping when you look up and down. The cameras.
Yeah, the camera clipping, I've actually seen it on Deathslinger as well. It's I don't even think it's exclusive to just Legion. I think it's actually even like Legion, Deathslinger. I've even seen it a little bit on Ghostface, stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of characters are just bugged now because of that reason. So I'm not really surprised by that. This happens unfortunately a lot, where things will break on killer, they don't get fixed in time at all. Like you'll have to wait like 6 months, 9 months, years before you actually get any changes for characters like Legion and stuff like that, or any killers at all. So it's kind of ridiculous, you know?
Misaligned, so when you look up or down, your whole body like moves up.
Okay, instead of like just literally looking up and down, they do this.
It's nauseating, basically. It's just really nauseating. And they broke his vault, so when you vault over windows now, you aren't landing on the ground. You land up just above the ground, so you spend like a quarter second falling. They fixed a bunch of minor bugs, but yeah, here's a compilation of some stuff, and then leading into an actual game, because like, dude, this killer is like borderline unplayable. All they did was add one animation, and then literally everything broke. So there's like a quarter second.
As you can probably imagine, this is definitely a really terrible situation to be in at this point. And unfortunately, we are, you know, playing a game here that, like I've said, they tend to not update killers much at all. So it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, this is not, you know, really, what do you call it, a surprise, I guess is the right word for it, because keep in mind that these are the same devs that believed that Streetwise, in its bugged version, giving people infinite item charge, shouldn't have been kill switched until heavy backlash. So as you can probably imagine, like this is just one example of the many times where something is deliberately like disgustingly broken, or like just disgustingly overtuned, or even in this case, like, you know, completely making a character unplayable. Nah, we don't care, we're just gonna leave it there. Nah, we're not gonna update that. I'm like, what? Like, these are glaring issues that are important. Nah, we don't care. I'm like, okay. It's a little weird. I don't really understand it. I'm like, I don't get it. And usually the narrative goes like, well, if it benefits the survivor side, then we're not going to care, you know what I mean? Or we're gonna make sure we buff it so it's even stronger. And then when it comes to killer, it's like, oh, your animations are bugged and you can't use your power correctly, and your character's weak, or your character can't use his perk, or your character doesn't function properly, or it's causing like your game to crash or something. Nah, we don't care. That's what it seems like, at least, right? Just evidently, from what we've seen in the past and what we've seen even recently, there's so many characters that are still bugged to this day that haven't been addressed. Now, we do get a couple of bug fixes. We got a few like the other day. Cool, you know what I mean? But it didn't really address any of the other glaring problems with these characters. So I don't know. Kind of ridiculous.
Where you're still slowed. Like that. It hangs. This is like an awkward hang. What the fuck? If you play with it, you'll know what I mean. There's like a moment when you miss, when it feels like you slow down and then you immediately accelerate and then you slow down again. And I'm wondering if that's the window that you need to do that in.
So as we're definitely seeing here, this is yet another example that we can see, and this is like similar to when we were covering the Wesker issues, and like with the whole patch and everything that completely like nerfed the character and stuff like that. This is just a symptom of that, right? This is a part of that. This is something that unfortunately is the case, right? When it comes down to it. And it was simply just to fix Legion, not even, let me not even go that far. To fix an animation. Not to fix Legion entirely, but at least to add in a new animation to make it a little bit better. And then it broke the whole character, apparently. And this whole, it's obviously the whole spaghetti code thing is clearly like a true thing, I guess, now that we can say that with confidence. And yeah, I mean, it ain't looking too good for us, boys. Now, I'm not sure if this will get fixed. I don't know how they can fix it. I'm hoping that they will, but this is DVD we're talking about. So, I mean, honestly. And as we even saw a second earlier, like, bro was like sliding across the map, and it managed to get the frenzy hit. So I'm like, yeah, this character's just like bugged. I haven't even noticed it that often yet, because I think I played like one game. You know what else is bugged on Legion, by the way? Because I want to add on to this little part. The BFFs add-on is bugged, where it doesn't show you the number of tokens you're collecting. So it's hard to track unless you're mentally like counting, or at least being very conscious of you getting multiple hits. So you won't know if you're getting BFFs at all. So I was like, oh, cool. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, the add-on is completely bugged or it doesn't work. It does work, right? Like, you could, at the end game, you could still see like your haste increases. The problem is that you don't know how many you have, so it's hard to track if you're like, you know, getting enough stacks in time. And then obviously gen speed is so crazy, so I mean, you may or may not get your stacks at this point, so you just have to be super diligent and focusing on getting that. But either way, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this, because I wanted to at least bring some awareness. Original videos in the descriptions, because Tat will obviously give way more context. We'll be able to show you gameplay directly, you know, even further within it, because he has gameplay examples within the matches and stuff like that. I would recommend checking it out so you can actually see more details and more in-game examples. But I'm just covering specifically like just a couple of clips here and the talking points that were being brought up here. So with that being said, like I said, want to hear your guys' thoughts. Like, is this a surprise? Is this just normal? Are you gonna play Legion after this? Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hit the like and the sub, and consider supporting with members or Patreon, or even subbing on Twitch. I'll see you guys next time. All right, let's go ahead and read off these wonderful members. We got Patreon, Crow Vader. All my YouTube members: Brando, Evil Blade, Cap Courteous, WTF You're Not JLo, Evil Peach, Hargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Jack, Christian, and Crow Vader. Really appreciate you guys supporting, man. And if you also subbed on Twitch, just know that you got love coming your way too. Appreciate you guys, man.